1 year later, we're back.
And this is our engagement story. Last year, we posted our engagement video on July 5th. We got engaged in the Hamptons last year, which was, what, 2019? 2019. And
Good Lord. Good Lord.
I was living in New York at the time. Kyle was living in Valdosta. Now we're roomies.
Yep. Oh, whoa, what happened?
Cool. Hold on.
Oh, you could change the light. Is it yellow?
Okay.
I think I like the white the best.
We're roomies now. But last year we weren't. I was still living in New York after we got engaged. But we met up in the Hamptons with my family for 4th of July. And Kyle had this extravagant plan with who? My sister's mom, Haley?
Yeah, with your sisters mainly.
Mainly with my sister. So the
Heather
whole plan...
and Hope. Well, Judy was in on it too.
Yeah, Judy arranged everything. You were mainly in contact with Heather?
Heather and Hope.
Heather and Hope. Okay, so basically I was in New York being oblivious all summer. I had no idea that this was happening. But I graduated like the end of May. And we had talked about, I mean, we've been dating for 7 years, so like when we were in high school we talked about getting engaged, and that my only thing was that I wanted to get engaged after I graduated. So like no matter what, I wanted to wait until after I graduated, and then it was kind of like free game, right? Mm-hmm. And free game whenever
wasn't free
he wanted to
at
ask.
all.
One time he asked if he should propose on my graduation day, so we were eager. I feel like you were a little eager.
I mean, 6 years is 6 years.
Okay, but anyways, he waited until I graduated, and then I was just kind of like waiting. Like I mean, I wasn't like, when are you gonna do it? I don't think I ever asked.
But I kept her waiting.
Yeah, so I was
a couple months at least.
Yeah, like 2 months.
2 months.
2 months, but I didn't know what it was gonna be, and I was only gonna see him twice the whole summer. So I was like pretty convinced we weren't getting engaged last summer. Like I like was like, he's coming to New York one time, and then we're gonna be in the Hamptons with my whole family, but my dad wasn't gonna be there, so I was like, there's no way he'll do it then. And it just, I had no idea. And then he came to New York, bought a ticket, came to New York, flew to New York to visit me, and we had like this whole romantic weekend. Well, I thought we were gonna have this whole romantic weekend because I thought like, if he's gonna propose, it's gonna be this weekend. So like I kept asking him, what do you want to do? Like, what should I, like he wasn't making any reservations, wasn't telling me we had any plans. So like I was making plans. I made like really romantic plans. Like
I had fun in New York that week.
we like went to the boathouse, rode on the boats, like impossible reservation. Went to, where did we go? Koi. We like had a nice dinner at Koi by ourselves. We like went on walks, like he had all these opportunities.
Did we go to like a Mets game or something?
We went to a Mets game. I would not have been happy about a Mets game.
No, I wouldn't do it there.
We went through the Blair and Chuck tunnel. I was like, you have so many opportunities. But he was really messing with me because the whole time he knew he was proposing like 6 days later. After he like was in New York, he left that Sunday. I called my best friend. I called Haley, and she knew, obviously. She was coming 2 days later to go to the Hamptons, and I was like, he's not proposing this summer. He even said, he goes, but remember what you said? You were like, oh, if I propose in October, would that be enough time for us to get married next fall? Remember? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he was like purposely trying to trick me. It was not cool. But I called her and I was convinced. I was like, he's going to propose in the fall. Yeah, I do. Because I told Haley on the phone, I was like, he's definitely proposing in the fall, like trying to be cool about it. I was like, oh, I'm not upset. He's going to ask me in the fall. And she was like, oh, yeah, probably. I mean, I'll make sure I see the ring and everything when he proposes in the fall. Like, such a liar. She's such a liar. She had already seen the ring. She knew the whole plan. They all knew the whole plan. Did you think that I thought we were going to get engaged when you came to New York? You were just messing with me?
Here and there. When you started talking about going to the boathouse and stuff, and you wanted to watch all these little romance movies and crap, I was just kind of like,
we always watch romance movies.
Well, not always, but
when I get to choose.
When you get to choose, which is every night. When it's my turn to choose. Sidebar. Either way.
So then we go to the Hamptons. Kyle got to the Hamptons with my mom and sisters before me, one day before me, and you had the ring.
Mm-hmm. And I immediately like went to your mom's room and gave it right to her. I was like, I don't want to hold this.
I unpacked his bags when we got there. Like, he had everything packed still, and it's like habit to unpack. So I'm glad you gave it to her. I would have been like, what's this? But so yeah, we actually like we had like 3 days before he proposed, and everyone was like, I guess everyone was acting weird, but I didn't think anyone was acting that weird. Like, they were all trying to manage my best friends flying in secretly, my dad flying in secretly, like everyone, yeah. And I had no idea. I was just having fun and hanging out in the Hamptons, but me and Kyle did have a little fight the night before we got engaged. Went to Cowfish, which is like a restaurant I like in the Hamptons, and Kyle was sitting at the table with me and like wasn't talking to me. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, I was like really concerned. I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I was like, kept asking him, what's wrong with you? And he was obviously, what were you? Nervous?
I mean, clearly I was nervous, but
he was like, I had no idea why he was being weird. So I
just wanted everything to happen right. It was very stressful because everything just had to work out just right, or you would have known.
I mean, but I didn't know, and so like, I took Haley to the bathroom.
Were, like, showing up while you were at the house. I was trying to like sneak them around the back. All kinds of crazy stuff was going on, so it was really stressful.
Shout out to Jamie, Caroline, and Aubrey. They flew there and surprised me, and literally were in our house all day on the 5th in the Hamptons.
Yeah, they like dropped their luggage off and stuff.
And I was like there the whole day.
And then they left.
They like hid. They showed up in like a red car, I guess. Like, I didn't know any of this was happening, and they were in the room across the hall from us. Like, we were downstairs, so I thought we were taking family pictures. Let's start there. They surprised me because they were in the room across the hall, and we go spend the day out in town in the Hamptons. They did the same thing, so like, it wasn't a problem. I didn't see them all day. So we come back to the house, and me and Kyle go to our room. We're like getting ready, and everyone was supposed to wear white, which I thought, which is what we do for family pictures. So I thought we were just all wearing white for family pictures, and they actually planned this because it's my favorite episode of Gossip Girl is the white party in the Hamptons. So it was very themed. I had no idea. It just made sense. We were taking family pictures, and so like we go to town, come back, start getting ready, and me and Kyle were getting ready, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like go get this from Haley's room. He was like, no, I'll get it. And I was like, why? And he was like, I'll get it. And I was like, genuinely, I was like, okay. So he like goes and gets it, and he was like, so want to do this, like kept trying to distract me, I guess, but I had no idea. And
it was very difficult.
My friends were all getting ready in Haley's room, and I was just trying to go get ready with Haley, so I was like so confused. And so I guess Kyle was nervous because then he was just like sitting by himself in our room being quiet. So I was like, I'm gonna go get ready with my mom. And he was like, okay, good idea. And I was like, okay. So like go to my mom's room, start getting ready with Heather and my mom, and they're like, we're just being normal. My mom did great. She like didn't break at all, didn't give me any clues that this was happening. And like Heather was in there with us. We were all just like doing our hair and makeup, and I just remember feeling like really calm and like everything was normal. And I go upstairs because Hope told me she would do my eyeshadow, and like Hope hadn't talked to me the whole time we were at the Hamptons. Remember, like I was like, Hope is mad at me, she won't talk to me. Hope like was so scared, I guess, that she was gonna spill the secret that like she wouldn't talk to me for 2 days. I went to my mom and was like, Hope won't talk to me, blah blah. So she told me she would do my eye makeup for our family pictures. That's what I thought we were doing. So I go upstairs and I was like, hey, will you do my eyeshadow? And she was like, I can't do this right now, no, and started yelling at me. So I was like, okay. So I just go back downstairs, and like obviously my eye makeup wasn't done, and Heather goes, why isn't your eye makeup done? What happened? I was like, oh, I mean, Hope's busy, she's still getting ready, it's okay. And Heather was like, 1 second, and like walks up the stairs and comes down 2 minutes later, and she was like, Hope's ready to do your eye makeup now. And I went in there, Hope did my eye makeup. She didn't even speak the whole time she did it, so I really thought she was like mad at me this whole time. But it turns out she just like almost spilled the secret about my dad coming like 2 days before, and I had no idea, but that's why she didn't talk to me for 2 days. So that's that.
A lot of people showing up.
A lot of people. Yeah, so my whole family that wasn't there, like my brother and Kyler and my other brother and Emily and my dad all showed up and surprised me.
Hope also carried the ring out there too.
Hope did?
Yeah, I had to put it in her purse, and then when we got out to the beach, I put it in my pocket.
So that's how I, like, if I wasn't completely convinced I wasn't getting engaged, like I didn't even have an idea that that's what was happening, because we were all getting ready for family pictures. We go downstairs and we're about to leave, and it was like, my mom was like, Haley, why don't you and Kyle go ahead and you can do couple ones, and Hope and Haley Tubbs go with you, like, well, I'll just start doing individuals. And I was like, okay, we do that all the time. Like in Hawaii, we'll take them before, because she's always late. Yeah. And so she comes downstairs and she's like ready, and she was like, wait, are you going without me? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, okay, fine. So my mom was staying back at the house, and we all got in a car and left. But really, they were all getting in a car, I guess, right behind us and following us there. And so we all get there. We get out of the car, and like Haley is with us, and Is that when you give Hope the ring?
No, Hope had it in her purse the whole time.
Oh, and she
then
passed
in the
it to
car,
you.
I got it right when we got out at the beach.
I really am oblivious. So we get to the beach. We have a photographer there that Heather found, which is another thing. I was like, why didn't they let me pick the photographer? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks
we had
before.
Our own secret word with the photographer.
Yeah, so this is funny because we were taking couple pictures and I was like starting to get kind of annoyed with the photographer because she like wasn't telling us what to do. I guess they had already
just
like
kept moving us around.
She was
in
just
circles,
like, okay, walk this way, walk this way.
Waiting for everyone to show up.
I told her I was literally so close to being like, I think we're good. Like we're.
She kept getting on her phone and it was annoying you.
Yeah, she kept checking her phone. That's what it was.
She was waiting for
I whispered
Heather.
to Kyle like while we were taking these pictures because the photographer kept checking her phone and I was like, that's kind of rude. And like I just told him, I was like, isn't it kind of rude she keeps checking her phone? And he just was like he wasn't speaking, didn't say anything, and he knew that she was texting, I guess.
Wait, what did Hope and Heather do? They said they went back to go help your grandma?
Oh, yeah, Haley and Hope were like, we're going to go get Grandma Joyce. And so we were all alone. It was just us and the photographer. And Kyle had a code word with the photographer. What was your code word?
What'd she say? It was like, how's the weather in Georgia?
Yeah, and
That's what it was.
I just started telling him, I was like, oh, it's really humid, hot, blah, blah. And I guess that was his code word to, like, everyone was in place.
Yeah, everyone was there.
So that meant, like, he could go ahead and do it. And then what happened?
It was high stress. I mean, I don't know. It was just a hard question to ask, even though we've been together for like 6 years. I don't know. To ask you if you'll be mine forever.
Do you think I was going to say no?
No, I knew you'd say yes.
Then why were you scared?
I wasn't scared. I was nervous.
So all I remember, like, I think we both blacked out a little. Do you remember?
I blacked out. I didn't like fall out in the sand or anything.
No, literally all I remember.
don't remember what I said though.
I remember, but like it was so sweet, and like I just remember like so like the lady told us to walk away from the camera, remember? So I started walking and was holding Kyle's hand, and I like pull him and he like wouldn't walk, and I like turned around, and that's when he did it. And like in the video you could see I was like confused why he wasn't walking, and then it clicked, like he like hit the ground so fast, and then I just heard my like in the background it was pretty fast.
Like that to you.
It seemed fast, but like in the background all I could hear was like people cheering, so I was like, oh my god, this is really happening. So then I just started crying. I'm gonna cry now.
Yeah, everybody on the beach was cheering. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That's like that was like the next thing I remembered after like going down to one knee.
See, I didn't remember that. I saw it in the
Just
video.
hearing everybody cheer, and I was like, oh, she must have said yes.
Yeah, and then I didn't know anyone was there watching except like my mom and people that were in the Hamptons with us. Like I didn't see my best friends, I didn't see my dad, so that was like a whole nother surprise. Afterwards, me and Kyle like had our moment, and then everyone ran over and I like hugged my mom, and then I like saw my best friends and I saw my dad, and I was really happy. It was cool.
Yeah, everyone was there.
Yeah, it was the best moment ever. Ever? Best moment ever. Now I like know what to do with it. I feel like before, if we like go back and watch our engagement video when we were like talking about it at the end, I was like, no idea what to do with it. I haven't lost it. 1 year later, I haven't lost it. Are we proud?
Yeah, but
I think you might not want to marry me anymore if I lose it.
1 year is not much to forever, so. Yeah, that whole weekend went by so fast.
Yeah, and it was like July 4th when we got there, then the 5th was when we got engaged, and then after we got engaged, we got in the car, and did you know about the party afterwards? Or was it like a surprise for you?
No, I didn't know about that either.
So,
that was a surprise for both of us.
Yeah, so like we just got engaged, thought we were done, took pictures, and then we like
we had to stay in the car.
Yeah, like we went back to the car. No, we went and sat on the porch, remember? But we were so confused.
We were FaceTiming somebody.
We were FaceTiming Emma,
Yeah,
and you were
Landon.
FaceTiming Landon, yeah. And we got back to the house, and we were like, just thought everyone was like going in to eat dinner.
All my friends knew about it. That's why they started FaceTiming me.
Yeah, they all knew. Well, all my friends knew, I guess too.
Yeah.
Emma knew, and like, who else?
Yeah,
Caroline, SJ. And we get back to the house, and we were like ready to just go inside, and my mom was like, you guys can't come in. And we were like, what? And she was like, we have something planned. And my sister Hope was like, we're doing a, oh, wait, what did she say? Oh, when we were walking back to the car, she goes, what's your favorite episode of Gossip Girl? And I was like, season 2, episode 1, like not even a question. And she was like, oh, and like was like hinting at it. And then we got there, and we weren't allowed inside. So the whole thing was like a Hamptons white party as our engagement party surprise, which was fun. And I like that you didn't know about it.
Yeah,
so it was like a surprise for both of us. Because then we came in and everyone cheered, and we had like a big champagne toast. We had all of my favorite foods, all your favorite foods. Like pasta from a wheel of cheese, remember that?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was
they
crazy.
Like, cooked the pasta and they put it in this
big wheel of cheese.
And they just stir it in and it gets all cheesy and they throw it out.
And it was just so, I remember like everyone was just so happy and no one was on their phones. Like everyone was so present. I feel like that was one of the things I really liked because no one was posting about it until I posted the next day. And so it was just kind of like our moment. The only people we talked to on the phone was like his parents and his friends and FaceTimed them. And it was just nice. Like I remember everyone was just so fun, so happy. We were drinking. We had an open bar. Everyone was like getting drunk. And then we had dessert and like an engagement cake.
But it wasn't like a full-on bar. They had like
no, it was like
local beers, but it was
like they had frosé and champagne and like my kind of drinks for sure. Like pink champagne. I remember we were drinking. It was so fun. Definitely the best night ever.
It was a good night.
We were taking Polaroids.
Tell them at the party. Like, you saw
The party was fun, yeah. And then I remember in the middle, at the very end of the night, I guess my sister arranged with our photographer to get the pictures back. Like 5 sneak peek pictures back from like the day from the beach because she knows me. And I wasn't going to post an iPhone picture. I was going to wait till I had those good engagement photos on the beach. And she sent them to us. And I just remember all of like me and all of my friends and Kyle were like looking at the 4 pictures she sent us. Like they were the best things in the whole world. But I was just so happy.
Yeah.
Best day.
Great time.
So.
And we get to do it all over again in November.
Yeah.
But better.
But better. We're getting married. Obviously, that's what happens after you get engaged. So we have like, how many months? 5 months
Maybe so.
left. Yeah, 5 months left. We had a year and 5 month engagement. So a little bit under a year and a half. Because I had to get married in the fall. That was like one of our rules. And he like proposed like right before fall. So we had a little bit of a time.
3 days,
Yeah.
wow.
And 5 months and 2 days.
2 days.
5 months and 2 days. So yes, Heather and Hope did film the whole week, basically, like secretly.
The whole thing. They did really good.
Vlogged my whole like engagement behind the scenes, our engagement, the party. Like it was really sweet, and I didn't know they were doing it until after. Hope was like, "Here, I want to show you something," and like had all my friends' messages and all this. Like it was really cute. So that's the video of us getting engaged, which you should watch after this.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I mean, that's our engagement story, kind of behind the scenes. Best day of my life, for sure. July 5th will always be special to me. And maybe next year, if Corona doesn't stop us, we'll go spend it in the Hamptons or something.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for all the support and the love since we've been engaged. You guys like pictures of Kyle more than me, so...
Thank you guys for that. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We love you.
I was gonna rinse off in your shower if y'all are using it.
Okay. Can you say hi?
Are y'all vlogging?
We're doing our engagement story.
Ooh, I'm looking.
No.
You see yourself in there? Your head in there.
I'm the one that made their engagement happen anyway, so.
Yeah, so the whole time, the video of
I'm
you
the
guys...
queen of their engagement.
The queen.
Is that right, Kyle?
Yep.
Heather's the queen of our engagement.
Designed Haley's ring, planned the whole thing.
Designed my custom ring.
You're
Held it
welcome.
down.
Yep.